Hello there, Kenny here. Just wanted to briefly put out into the world that Frame and Reference, my cinematography podcast where I interview the best DPs on the planet, is going to hit its 100th episode soon. You can subscribe to Frame and Reference, wherever you listen to podcasts, and the video versions of the show are here on the Owlbot YouTube channel. But it does seem like a lot of people don't know about it, so making a separate video felt somewhat apropos. Basically, every week on Thursday, a new episode comes out where I'm interviewing some of the best DPs in the world. I've talked to Eric Messerschmidt, ASC. I've talked to Jeff Cronenwith, ASC, Ellen Curris, ASC, a lot of ASC members. Ari Wegner, ASC, ACS. There's the most recent episode that just came out at the time of this recording was with Brett Jutkovitz, who shot Scream 6, even though in the in the recording I say Scream 4 because I'm stupid about Roman numerals, but shot Scream 6 as well as Stranger Things Season 4 and The Black Phone. The reason that I'm making a dedicated video about it is because I think, tooting my own horn a little bit, that Frame and Reference is one of the best ways to learn cinematography. Not necessarily as a strict beginner, because you kind of need, the conversations we have aren't like super high level, but you do need to kind of know what we're talking about. But as someone who certain people would consider an expert, I have learned so much in the past 3 years having these conversations, and so I can only imagine people who are getting into cinematography or even just interested in cinematography and sort of behind the scenes filmmaking would learn from those conversations. And sometimes they're more fun, sometimes they're more technical, sometimes they're more artistic. Every interview is different because every guest is different. I've had a large, diverse guest group. Sometimes I interview directors and production designers too, whatever things that are associated with cinematography. But just wanted to say I'm excited for episode 100. There's hundreds more on the way, I'm sure. But I'm always 6 to 10 episodes banked. So like every time one comes out, you can assume I've already recorded about 6 more. I just wanted to put out into the world that, there's other cinematography podcasts out there. I think mine is unique. I listen to those other podcasts and they're great, but I tried to make mine different. I just listen and I go, well, I wouldn't have asked that. Not like it's a bad question or it's a bad line of thought or whatever, but just that isn't what I would do. And so that made me realize like, oh, then I can offer something different. And I've had great feedback from all the guests. They love doing the show. So you'll see a lot of returning guests. There's actually a couple amazing returning guests coming up shortly, like within the next couple weeks. We're going to have a 2-episode drop soon because of the Emmys. But I think it's a valuable resource. I think it's an entertaining and educational podcast, and I think it'll be worth your time. Each episode's about an hour and some change. I would love for you to spread the word about it if you could. I'm only one man, and I do the entire thing myself, from producing to editing to recording to scheduling. I don't have an editor or a producer or anything like that. So if you do like the podcast, please spread the word if you could. And if this is the first you're hearing of it, please subscribe here and on a podcast thing so that, we can get some numbers and maybe a sponsor. 100 episodes, no sponsor. I've done it all for free because I think it's valuable, like I said. So maybe not monetarily, but certainly educationally. That's all for me. Just wanted to put it out there in the world that I'm producing what I believe to be a fantastic cinematography resource for those of you who are interested, and I highly recommend you check it out. So thanks for watching and listening, and I'll see you around.